everyone, and welcome along to what should be a great day of racing at the most famous racetrack in all of America at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. My name is Katie, 1997, going to be doing the race for you once again, and we shall go ahead and get started and give you a quick rundown in terms of last week's results, and also to give you the point standings as of right now. So last week was the Long Beach Grand Prix, and we had Snipper Pig gain his very first win of the season so far, with Warrior and Drive the Guard finishing off in the top 3. Cone Dodger, Pecan round off the top 5 with Intersport, and then Trigger Happy finishing 5th, 6th, and 7th. And then the rest of the grid was Big Rig, Daniel, and Hefe in 8th, 9th, and 10th. So the point standings, what does it look like right now? So Warrior right now is currently your points leader at the moment. Even though he does not have a win yet, the only reason he's in the lead is because of all the races he's had is all podiums. He's up by 5 points over Snipper Pig in the point standings at the moment. And Cone Dodger is in 3rd with 108 points, just 7 points back. And then Pecan in 4th with 102 points, down by 13 points. And then Intersport rounds off the top 5 of the point standings so far. Now, the drivers that we are missing for today is Trigger Happy and Hefe and Intersport. They will not be participating in today's race. So, what's the layout of the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit? It's a 2.4 mile circuit with 14 corners, 6 to the left and 8 to the right. And of course, the final corner being one of them involving the first corner, or pretty much the end of the first corner, of turn 1. And let me go ahead and give the telemetry up for you as well. So the qualifying order is this. It's pretty much the results from last week's race. So the odds go first. So actually, maybe the qualifying order is different. Oh, okay, never mind. It's the evens first. So, but even though 2 of the drivers did not participate, it is driver, ex-driver, SSJ Warrior, and Dylan. And I had a little bit of lag too on my screen as well. And it looks like everyone's just getting started, and of course Dylan will be the only Honda powered car in the whole field, while the rest obviously in the Chevrolets. And Dylan, if you remember, was the winner from the first race we had at Daytona as well. He rubs a little bit of grass there too. So as soon as he comes around, I'll give you a little bit of a overview. Ooh, a little bit kiss to the wall there. And he spins around in the process. Alright, so we'll just do it with Warrior then instead, in the Target Chevrolet. So pretty much now he's coming down the front straight, which will lead into the hard braking zone of turn 1, which is pretty much on the other side of where the pit entry usually is for the oval part of the course, obviously. So it's a little bit of chicane there, right left chicane, followed by turn 3, which is has a hard bit of a kink, and then turn 4 has a little bit of a angle to it with turn 5 and 6 being left-right chicanes, and then you got another back straight coming towards another hard braking zone of turn 7. Almost similar to turns 1 and 2. This time you go to the left, and then you follow by going right and left in turns 8 and 9. Then you go into another little bit of a sweeper as well. Try to go outside as much, use much track as you can. Don't use the grass. As now he is coming towards the final couple of corners of turns 12 and 13, and then finally And rubbed a little bit of grass there, cutting the curb, but now it goes to the final turn, and he will come across. And right now he's at a 110.5, and he remains at a 110.5. The driver is at a 110.5 right now as well. Dylan just followed behind him with a 111.2. So pole right now is pretty much right now in the 110. That's pretty much, I think, what the pole is projected to be from what I have been hearing. Projected maybe 110s. Maybe we might see 109s. Well, that's not going to help there if you go to the grass. And the qualifying session is 20 minutes long, but the groups, it's about 10 minutes long for each group. Alright, so here comes Korab. Let's see if he can do a better time than he did before. Right now he's at a 139.5. I'm sure this one will be much better. As he comes across, 112.9. So that puts him into, well, he remains fourth. And Big Rig just followed behind him as well. I didn't even catch him, actually. But he just put a time of a 114.8. So right now the top 5 is Warrior, Driver, Dylan, Korab, and Big Rig at the moment. The next group will be Snipper Pig, Daniel, XTX Cone Dodger, Drive the Guard, and Pecan will be the final group once the clock expires for this group. Now we're gonna probably see a lot of drivers making that kind of mistake. Korab goes the wrong way, and thankfully Big Rig managed to avoid him coming out of that turn. Yeah, the thing about this track is that you can go easily wide, and as soon as I say that, Big Rig does almost the same thing, but this time he clipped the curb instead of hit the grass. Yeah, the main thing is that you don't want to hit those curves too much. Obviously, there will not be another improvement, but he will try his lap again. And Korab goes to the pits. Obviously, put a new fresh set of, I would probably assume, alternatives is what I'm thinking. Driver on an out lap right now at the moment. What on earth is that camera angle? I think everyone's on their out lap right now for the time being, but they have about 2.5 minutes left until we get to the next group. And the race distance will be 45 laps around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right now, driver is only 77/100ths down at the moment. Oh, almost clipped the grass again, but he is up. He is up on Warrior's pole time for the moment. Just needs to be a 1:10.518. I think this lap might be a 1:10.4 if he keeps it consistent, which he has. So down the front straight we go. And, oh, no, he does not improve his time. So he has to try again one more time. But meanwhile, let's follow on with Warrior, as he is down from his time. I didn't see how much he was because the graphic disappeared on me as soon as I got to him. But here comes Warrior down the front straight. Is it going to be enough to improve? No, he is down by almost 2.5 tenths, so he's got one more shot to do it. And here comes Korab, as he's doing an out lap right now. Dylan, following behind him, is nearly 4.5 tenths down. So this will be their last shot before we get to the second group. comes Big Rig. What does he do here? He is only nearly 6/10 down. But again, he has one more lap to do till the next group comes. And we have about 30 seconds left in the session. As, Warrior, looks like he made a mistake out of turn 7. I don't know if he clipped too much apex, but... as Driver goes fastest now. So 1:10.3 for Driver. Sorry if I did not catch that, but yeah. He is on pole right now, but does Dylan have a response to it, or Korab or Big Rig? Korab will be the next car to cross the line. The time he needs to beat, 1:10.3. Coming down the front straight now. This is the end of the first group's qualifying session as the next group is coming in. He does not improve, and I think Dylan aborted his lap. So let's see what Big Rig can do, as he's got one more chance. Coming out of turn 13, or turn 12 now to turn 13. Go flat out as much as he can. And does he have enough to improve his time at least? The answer is no, so he'll have to remain 5th. So your qualifying order is Driver on pole position with Warrior, Dylan, Korab, and Big Rig rounding off the top 5 at the moment. Now we go to the second group. Sniffer Pig, Daniel, Cone Dodger, Drive the Guard, and Pecan is your next group. Sniffer Pig, very familiar with winning in this track as he won the Indianapolis 500 about 3 months ago, and was also last week's winner of the Long Beach Grand Prix. But right now has a pretty sizable deficit behind Warrior at the points. As I mentioned, only 5 points separate between him and Warrior at the moment. And he goes into the pits, obviously get new tires, just get a little feel of the track. But the group but this group, they need to beat a 1:10.3. That is the benchmark. And here comes Daniel, as he's going to get started on his lap. And everyone's gone into the pits. And who's that? Oh, that's Dylan and Big Rig's been doing donuts in the pit lane. Why are they doing that? I don't know. Okay, that's funny. I was not expecting that. Alright, so Pecan's out on his outlet. He's on his hot lap. Sniffer Pig coming out of the pits. And we'll get his qualifying underway too. As we're right now at 7:19 right now in the qualifying session. And Daniel will be the first one to set his first hot lap. As he comes out of turn 13. And down the front straight he goes. In the preferred Chevrolet. And he goes 4th fastest with a 1:11.3. So he bumps down Korab. But right now it's nearly half a tenth down from Dylan. Next to be coming across is, I think it would be Pecan. Yes, it is, in the Gallagher Chip Ganassi Chevrolet. And what time will he set? It is a 1:14.6. As we can see, Big Rig and Dylan still doing donuts on the pit lane as well. Settle down, you two. All right, here's Sniffer Pig. Okay, this is his out lap. All right, so he'll get started with that soon. Cone Dodger, I think, is going to be doing the same thing as well. Drive the Guard is right behind him as well, getting ready for their hot laps as well. Cone Dodger, one of the winners as well, won the Coda race a couple weeks ago. And is pretty much the guy I would expect to be the guy to watch in terms of this race, because he seems to be very good when it comes to racing on circuits. So he's definitely going to be the one I think to keep an eye on for this race. Here comes Pecan with the, oh, and he clipped the grass. Coming out of turn 11. Now let's see, oh, yeah, that's not a good lap at all. He's clipped the grass 2 times out of those 2 corners. So it's probably not a good time at all. No, it's not. He's about 7.5 tenths down. But he's still got time. And who is the other ones that come across? All right, here comes Cone Dodger. Oh, I forgot to mention, Super Pig is at a 1:11.9, so he's at 5th. Here comes Cone Dodger, the other Penske Chevrolet, 1:12.7. All right, interesting. Here comes Drive the Guard coming behind, and he goes into 5th, bumping down Silver with a 1:11.9 as well. But beats him by nearly 61/100ths of a second. So Drive the Guard, excuse me, Driver is currently right now your pole sitter, but the group still has about 4:25 left in the quali session. Here comes Pecan yet again on his next lap. Oh, he is making a lot of mistakes though too. Still clipping the grass. Yeah, you do not want to clip the grass or the curves around those corners. You will definitely make a lot of mistakes doing that. He does improve his time, 1:12.9, but he is currently 9th fastest at the moment. And here come the Penske's of Snipper, and oh, never mind, Snipper aborts his lap and goes into the pits. So we'll ride along with Cone Dodger then. As he comes around the final corner now, Drive the Guard is right behind him as well. Comes across the line, and he does not improve. Drive the Guard does improve his time, but not enough to gain a position, and remains 5th fastest. The new time, 1:11.4. I have no idea what on earth that camera angle is, because I don't need to see the flag marshals. The thing is, why do they have flag marshals in this game anyway, when you don't have cautions or safety cars? And here comes Dylan, or excuse me, not Dylan, Daniel, excuse me, coming across. Oh, this is his out lap. Okay. Like, what kind of angle is that? Meanwhile, also Big Rig and Dylan are still spinning in the pit lane, just doing donuts. And here comes Cone Dodger. No, what the? Well, he pretty much took a Lewis Hamilton route, just cutting the pit entry a little bit. If you remember, Lewis Hamilton did 2 of those kind of moves in the 2018 and 19 German Grand Prix. One he got away with that, and the other one he did not. And here comes Daniel. 2 minutes left in the quali session now for the second group. And Daniel coming around the final turn right now as a 3rd with a 1:10.9. Only almost 6 tenths down. Does he improve? Does improve, but not enough to gain a position. So he remains 3rd fastest, but he's got 1 more chance. Actually, no, 2 more chances, if he keeps going. Meanwhile, who is coming towards the line? That is Pecan. He does not improve his time, but he's got a couple more chances, I think, to at least get a good time on the board. Here comes Snipper Pig. I think this might be his out lap. Yeah, it is his out lap. Okay, so we'll check on it check on it with him in a little bit. So Daniel is right now the closest one at the moment. Oh, a little bit wide, but he is improving his time by over a 10th. This might be enough if he keeps it consistent. I should really stop putting the commentator's curse on that. As soon as I say that, he spins the other way around. So that might be his qualifying over. So Yeah, I think I might have put the commentator's curse on Daniel on that lap. So here comes Pecan, and falling behind him, I believe that is Snipper. Pecan across the line, does not improve. Oh, no, that's Cone Dodger. Cone Dodger comes behind him and does, looks like he did not improve as well, but they have one more chance. They did make it in time to do another lap. And here comes Snipper. Does not improve his time. Still remains 6. But this will most likely be Drive the Guard's last lap. It is. Clock has expired. And he remains 5th fastest. So that is his qualifying session over. But we still got 2 cars left. And right now it's the Silver Verizon Penske's of Cone Dodger and Snipper Pig. And Cone Dodger up by over 7.5 tenths. That does not look like to be a time to improve on pole, but where it would put him, it would probably put him either 6th or 7th. Out of turn 13 he comes. Let's see what time he can put. Put the hammer down, and he goes 4th fastest with a 1:11.1. So a massive improvement. But he does not get pole, but here comes Snipper Pig. Following behind him, he goes 1:10.7. Where did that put him, though? That puts him 4th. So driver is your pole sitter. And Warrior in 2nd, and Daniel in 3rd with Snipper in 4th, and Cone Dodger rounding off your top 5, and Dylan, Drive the Guard, Pecan, Korab, and Big Ray rounding off the rest of the field. And also, I think this was also driver's 2nd pole position, because I think he got that in Coda, if I'm correct. So this is his 2nd time getting on pole. And welcome everyone that has just joined in to the United Drivers League Indianapolis Grand Prix here at the world famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now here's the thing too, we're going to be doing this race, but also next week we'll stay at Indianapolis, but for the next one, it will be the Indy 250. So it'll be over 100 laps around this magnificent oval at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But for today, it's all about the road course. I'll give you this. Oh, almost exit myself out there. All right, so everyone's getting their setups all ready to go and stuff like that. Strategy-wise, I'm thinking this could, well, obviously it depends on how many cautions, but if everything stays clean, I probably would say this would be most likely a 2-stop. Maybe 3, depending on the situation. I probably presume well, let's see. The track temperature is probably going to be pretty warm, because I think it's somewhere over 105 degrees. So if everyone starts on alternatives, then that could be a little bit of an issue for some drivers. So maybe we'll see them go on the primaries. I'm not entirely sure, but my guess is as good as that. My guess is as good as yours. But anyway, and we get the formation lap ready to go. And wow, that camera is really shaky too, apparently. So let's go through your grid one more time. Driver is on pole position with Warrior in 2nd place and Daniel in 3rd, Snipper Pig in 4th. Cone Dodger in 5th along with Dylan, making his return since his win in Daytona a few weeks ago from the first race. Drive the Guard in 7th along with Pecan in 8th, Korab in 9th, and Big Rig in 10th. Now this is also Pecan's home race, by the way, as he is also a native from Indianapolis. So this is obviously a big race for him as well. So 45 laps around this 2.4 mile road course. circuit, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you are, where you're from. And if you want to know what 2.4 miles is equivalent to, it's basically 3.9 kilometers. And also, if you're familiar with the racing, the races as well from what we've done the previous times, if there's any time there's a caution, that will be directed by Pecan, as he is the director in a different party chat with the rest of the drivers, to communicate in case we have to go under caution for any sort of reason. It's very rare to see that, though, in the circuit racing, as far as I've seen, but never know, though, for this one. But anyway, everyone's all formed up as we get to the start-finish line. 45 laps around Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and green flag, we are racing from Indianapolis. Everyone's gone even so far. Driver is right now alongside with Warrior. Here comes Daniel on the inside, making it 3 wide into turn 1. Daniel pushes him off a little bit. That caused Warrior to go off a little bit, and someone's in the grass. It looks like to be, I think that's Dylan. And here comes, looks like one of the Penske's gone a little bit outside there. I think that might have been Snipper, as he's lost a position, and Warrior goes back into fourth. But Warrior's lost at least 2 positions out of a couple of corners. But Daniel, a very aggressive move into turn 1, going 3 wide. Right now is in the lead of the Grand Prix. Right behind him is Driver, then Cone Dodger, Warrior, Snipper in the top 5. Korab, Pecan, Dylan, Driver, Guard, and Big Rig at the moment round off the grid, the order so far. But a very, very ambitious move, I have to say, from this. My voice cracks. Very ambitious move from Daniel for sure. So the gap, as soon as he crosses the line, is nearly a second separate between him and Driver. But not doing too bad so far from the Ed Carpenter preferred Chevrolet. And here's Warrior on the inside of Snipper Pig, and he's trying to push him up a little bit there. They're still side by side into turn 2. Warrior gets a better exit, though, out of the outside corner, and still sticks 4th place. And Pecan's actually moved a couple positions as well. He's moved up from I think, what was he, like 8th? And he's at 6th. And here comes Warrior and Snipper again. These two are familiar from battling each other. Snipper on the outside, Warrior on the outside this time. Snipper has the inside line, now Warrior has the inside line. Snipper gets a better exit, though, into 4th place. And now Warrior's trying to fight back into the inside. Goes Warrior. Wow. So far, great racing from the midfielder. Now here comes Dylan on the inside. Oh no, Snipper's going around. Snipper has clipped the apex. I think did he clip the apex or did he spin on his own? Either way, he spun. But he's lost a couple of positions now. Big Rig's let him by. And Warrior holds off to the 4th place. Now that's something you don't normally see from Snipper Pig. He's not known for making errors. He did that a couple times during the Coda race, but already he's made a mistake after a couple laps. Daniel, though, has a comfortable margin so far. Cone Dodger up into 3rd place so far as well, trying to catch up to his teammate. And meanwhile, Pecan has his Chip Ganassi teammate behind him, Drive the Guard right behind him. Snipper Pig trying to close up on Korab in the Doom Chevrolet. So already some crazy moments so far on the very first couple of laps so far. Snipper Pig closing in on the back of, actually sorry, not Doom, it's the Hydrix Cut Chevrolet, my bad, of Korab. Snipper Pig, oh no, what, whoa, what on earth happened there? Was that he just brake checked him. Now Snipper has to go to the pits for wing damage. Or did he Oh, no, he didn't get weight damage. What did he suffer? Oh, he must have suffered suspension damage. Yeah, but why did Cora must have... I don't know if that was lag or if he just brake checked him. Yeah, he stopped in the middle of the exit. But that's... Oh, well, so far a horrible start, though, for Snipperpig. Was not really expecting that. And Pecan has his teammate right behind him, Drive the Guard. Closing in on him, trying to get that slipstream into the back straight. He had to go wide there a little bit. Probably got caught up in a little bit of the dirty air from Pecan. Yeah, the thing about this game is that the dirty air can be pretty effective as well, no matter what. It's very hard, though, if you're on pad, though. I know that for sure, because I race on pad. Oh, that's a little bit close to the wall there from Drive the Guard. But so far, that's the closest battle we have at the moment on track. Daniel's leading the way by 1.4 seconds actually now between him and Driver. And what? Oh, I thought they were close. Gave me the indication. Oh, that was close there. That was a very slow exit there from Beacon. Drive the Guard almost ran into the back of him. I mean, how did he not get damaged? Who on earth knows, but so far no damage from the way it looks, thankfully. So chaotic moments, and we're only 5 laps into this Grand Prix. Or race, whatever you want to call it. I usually like to call it Grand Prix, but anyway. Seconds now separate between Driver and Daniel. Cone Dodger trying to close in on his teammate. He's only 1.7 seconds. Meanwhile, we'll go back to the Chip Ganassi battle. Drive the Guard and Pecan battling right now for 6th place. And Korab takes a cone out, as you can see in the background. Oh, that's a little bit close there. A little bit deep on the brakes. Drive the Guard. That did also cost him a little bit of time as well between him and Pecan. He's still trying to at least try to stay in that slipstream as much as he possibly can. Of course, it's not like Formula 1. If you're going down the straight, these cars obviously don't have DRS. So you gotta use as much slipstream as much as you can if you want to try to stay in the race, or at least try to get close to the guy you're battling. It's kind of pulled away a little bit. Oh, wait. It looks like we have Driver closing in on Dylan, or not Dylan, excuse me. Daniel closing on Dylan. Oh my gosh, I keep saying that. Jeez. He's down by less than a second now. The gap was 2 seconds earlier from what I saw. But now this is the battle for the race lead. I wonder if Daniel might have made a mistake or something. Maybe clip the grass or something like that, because that's what I've noticed a lot of drivers were doing during qualifying. I have a feeling that's what it was. But either way, he's got Driver all over him right now. Cone's kind of slipped a little bit, but he's not too far away from Driver. And there you see Snipper there in the front. Well, just early in the bottom part of your screen, who's pretty much almost about to be a lap down from the way it looks. So pretty much the only thing that could save him right now is if we have a caution coming out. But right now that's highly unlikely at this point. And it depends on what the tire situation is for a lot of these drivers. I feel, if you're on the alternatives, I feel like there's a chance that you might be suffering some tire wear right about now. But I feel like a lot of them maybe start on the primaries. So they could at least go for a little bit while longer. I think the pit window should be coming up. Well, let's see. We're lap 8. Well, we're going to be lap 9 right now. I would assume the pit window would maybe be the next couple of laps. Is when everyone will start going to the pits. Depending on their situation. Excuse me. We'll follow up with driver later. Pecan still trying to defend off his teammate. Drive the guard as much as he can, too. And Korab, he is the first to dip. Oh! Wait a minute, he's got damage. How did he get damage? Yeah, he's missing a little bit of the right side of his front wing, I think. Let me take a closer look. Yeah, he's missing a little bit of his front wing, I think. So he's going to have to go in, obviously, for damage repairs. So driver's kind of slipped down a little bit, though, too, I've noticed. After I got off of him, he's now down by 1.6 seconds. Drive the guard still all over Pecan, as they have been for pretty much since the beginning of this race. He's trying to use that much of the oval track as much as he could to just get a bit of inside turn. Oh, Pecan cuts the curb there. That might help drive the guard a little bit too, as he got a much better run on than Pecan did. I'm not sure if he's going to make the move. I don't know if he's got enough. I don't think he has yet. He should have stayed behind him on the slipstream if he would have any chance of getting by. Korab's now coming out of the pits. As he is now a lap down, along with Snipperpig. And into the pits now goes Warrior and Cone Dodger. So they have blinked first. Meanwhile, Daniel, Driver, and Dylan are still staying put. So Pecan and Drive the Guard and Big Rig have now moved up to 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now Warrior comes out of the pits. Cone Dodger comes out of the pits as well, ahead of him. So now we have to see when Daniel comes in, though, and Driver, and Dylan, since they have yet to pit as well. All right, so into the pits now goes Pecan. So Drive the Guard now takes over 4th place of the race. There is Snipperpig right there. Pretty close to being now a lap down from Daniel. He's right now all over him too. So we'll have to let him by soon unless he goes into the pits. Snipper currently right now is on the lead lap. So we'll have to see though where that puts him. So Warrior now gets looks like he will get ahead of Pecan, as that is the case, and Cone Dodger looks like he'll do the same thing. So now into the pits goes Daniel. Driver stays out, so maybe a bit of an overcut attempt. As Dylan also stays out for another lap. So they'll probably do one more lap before they have to go into the pits for new tires and more fuel, obviously. Driver Guard also stays out. Right, so there you go. Now Daniel should be able to come out of the pits. So far, I would probably say right now is when driver will come into the pits. Has Baber got damage? Let me look. I think it might. Oh, that's extremely close. Almost got clipped by Daniel there. All right, there you go. Driver's going into the pits, and so does Dylan. Drive the guard. Where does he come in? Does he come in now? Yes, he does. So now where's he going to put Daniel? Will he get ahead of the guys in front of him? Of driver, Dylan, and drive the guard. What on earth is up with the glitch in there? Yeah, he's coming around the final 3 corners. And let's see. Driver is coming out and onto the pit lane. And same story with Dylan. There is Daniel in the background. So he will remain in first place. From the way it looks, I think. Does he get in front? Yep, he does get in front. Easily. So Daniel does remain in first place. And he had a better outlap too, it looked like. As he's also increased the gap to now nearly 3 seconds. Out of that pit window. So that's impressive driving, I would say, from Daniel on that part. And drive the guard is coming out of the pits now. And where is Pecan? There he is, right next to him. And oh, he almost got him, but he loses 2 positions as a result, as Snipper Pig also gets ahead of him as well. Oh, and oh shoot, he went onto the grass. I think it was a little bit too ambitious. Ooh. Yeah, he should have been a little bit more patient there. Drive the guard. He's lost now some ground, and Snipper up into 7th place. And right now he's got Pecan to deal with. So far, a little bit thick. The race is a little bit quiet at the moment. The only battle we have right now is a battle for 6th place. So Pecan was in the battle with Drive the Guard in the beginning of the race. Now he's in the battle with Snipper Pig. And if you're wondering why Snipper Pig's at the bottom right now, is because he had a incident with Korab and is down in the back of the field. So far has not been a not a consistent race, I would say, from Snipper Pig. But right now, a caution would be the only thing that could help him out, but that doesn't look like that's the case at the moment. And also, I didn't see, but I did not mention, Big Rig did leave the session as well. I don't know if he left because of internet connection issues or if he just retired in the pits. But either way, he is out of the race. Now I got Snipper all over Pecan. Down the front straight. Oh, he clips the grass. Coming out of the exit of turn 13. So he's going to try to use a slipstream to his advantage. He's a little bit too far away to make a move. So I have to stay back where he is. Meanwhile, since everything's got a little bit quiet, see 2 comments have popped up. I'll see. Dreamsy, of course, one of the F1 drivers, saying, "I'm here to watch Cutie Boy go, go, go." He's referring to Snipper Pig. And Dylan, one of Pecan's friends, saying, "Go Pecan." right now, your leader right now at the moment is Daniel with 2 seconds ahead of, well, nearly 2 seconds now, of Driver. And Warrior, right now where he has been for the last few races, right now in the podium positions. Even though there's no such thing as podium places even though IndyCar does not have a podium-like places, really, or does podiums, it's just it follows mostly NASCAR format, obviously, with victory lane. Dylan says Snipper is pretty cute, not gonna lie. Well then, definitely Snipper is one of the more popular characters, I would say. 2 out of the UDL community. So we shall follow along with Cutie Boy of Snipper Pig. He's still right behind Pecan at the moment. 16 laps are down and only 30 more to go into this Indianapolis Grand Prix, or the Indy GP. And like I said, next week will be the Indy 250, so this time we will be going all around the oval part of the track, not the road course. Of course, Snipper Pig, like I said, was your Indianapolis 500 winner 3 months ago. And probably one of the most bizarre ways to finish I've ever seen. If you watch the race, it was a battle between Dale the Whale and Intersport. They were battling for the first place on the final lap. As soon as they got to turn 3, they made it. Those two got into an incident, and that allowed Snipper Pig. Snipper Pig was thinking about a move there to get by Pecan, but stays back. They both crashed into turn 3, and then Snipper Pig somehow managed to get away from all the carnage and won the Indianapolis 500. It was almost the same way that Snipper Pig won the Bahrain Grand Prix when Breezy and Honos crashed in turn 13 of that race. And then Snipper just somehow squeaks by, and oh, we got someone that's gone off. Dylan's gone off. So he's lost a couple positions there after that little mistake. Pecan and Snipper still battling out right now. Pecan trying to defend him. Still holds him off, at least for the moment. Snipper just does not have enough straight line speed to at least get him. No matter how much is in the draft. Dylan mentions Pecan would have won the 500 if he didn't get wrecked on lap 2. I probably would agree on that. I mean, he was definitely one of the contenders for that. Oh, Daniel's left. No way. Daniel just left. He's DC'd. Oh, no way. Oh, he was leading the entire race. Oh, no. Did he leave because of internet issues? Oh, my gosh. That's so unfortunate. He was leading the entire race. So that means now Driver's ahead. Wow. That's bizarre. He probably would have been in line for his first win, too. Snipper now trying to see if he can get by Pecan. Dylan's right behind him as well in the 3-car train, but so far still holds position. Pecan's still doing a really good job, though, defending Snipper in every way possible. Jeff Hooten, also known as Intersport, says, lol, what? I have an entire team, Penske, that would say otherwise. Jeff Hooten, also known as Intersport. He was one of the participants in the series, but he is not racing today because of suffering some sort of illness. But hope you come back on the track soon, though, Jeff. And hopefully you get well very soon as well. Meanwhile, Snipper all over Pecan. Now he switches to the outside. Dylan tries to follow Snipper's route, but does he have enough? The answer would be, oh, he collides with Pecan. Oh, he collided with him. He pushes him out of the way. That allowed Snipper to get ahead of him. I think he might have misjudged his braking, so I wonder if he might have suffered some damage. He may have, I don't know. He doesn't have wing damage, but does he have front suspension damage? Pecan might have damage, too, from that contact, maybe a little bit. That was a pretty heavy impact. But now it's Snipper and Dylan that are going to be battling out for 4th place. Jeff says, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Yeah, hopefully you get better soon, dude. Oh, Pecan's got ahead of Dylan. Up into 5th place. I think Dylan may have made a mistake. I think that might have made Pecan a little bit angry with Snipper. He's going to try to hunt him down. Hopefully get 4th place back. But in other news, Driver right now is your leader of the Indianapolis Grand Prix, with Warrior now in 2nd place instead of 3rd. But at this rate, he would be able to hold. Let me look at. I think he would be able to hold off the points lead. Let me look at the points real quickly. Yeah. So yeah, he would pretty much stay where he's at. Now Dylan's got Dylan's all over Pecan right now. Now he's gonna try to do his best to. Oh, his. I'm sorry, Dylan. I might have put the commentator's curse on you as he spins into the grass. Yeah, the gap is pretty much just, otherwise, for a lot of other drivers, is pretty much spread out at the moment. And also tomorrow will be the 2nd race of the UDL F1 Series as we go to Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And of course, I'll be on the call for that. And it'll be the night race, not the day race, even though what on earth is that camera angle there? Like all tilted in a way. Anyway, yeah, it'll be the night race, obviously, not the day like we did night and day last season. But anyway, yeah, so be sure to tune in for that on the UDL F1 channel. And the race will be at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. "23 laps of down and only 34 more to go. Or no, 24 more to go, I should say. Excuse me. So the gap right now between Driver and Warrior is 8.7 seconds for right now. So I guess I could probably give you more details in terms of like what other races are coming up besides racing the Indy 250. I think let's see. I'm gonna take a look right now. So then after Indianapolis to the Indy 250, will be Road America, Algarve, Texas, Watkins Glen, and the final race will be at Laguna Seca. Actually, that's also where they did the last race last season in the real-life IndyCar series, the NTT IndyCar series. Good to see that we're going to use that as well for the final race. So now Snipper's gone into the pits. He's actually come out of the pits now, I think. So he remains, so he's gone down to 7th. So right now, driver, Warrior, Cone, Pecan, Dylan, drive the guard, Snipper, and Korab. But does Korab get ahead of Snipper into turn 1? Yes, he does, by nearly a country mile. Right as soon as he got into turn 2, Snipper just comes out of the pit lane. Pretty much the racing is just right now just quiet. It's kind of like that, been like that for anytime we've gone into circuit racing. Usually it's just quiet, but I think the closest I've seen like racing wise was for like circuit racing was probably the Le Mans Bugatti circuit. Even that we had a couple of cautions as well before Cone Dodger ran away with that race. But of course that race does not count. So it was a preseason race. 11, nope, not 11 now, 10.7 seconds is the gap. Maybe we could get some comments in the comment chat if you like to. Get some thoughts about what the race has been so far. I guess I could give my thoughts a little bit. I probably would say the first couple laps were a little bit hectic. Daniel made a very aggressive move into turn 1, going 3 wide into turn 1, and pushing up driver and Snipper. Or no, that wasn't driver. It was driver and Warrior. Sorry. That into turn 1, and that very aggressive move. But I think the more heartbreaking thing I've seen so far was he actually DC'd while he was leading the race as well. Almost kind of similar to what happened with Pecan in Japan in the F1 race for the Japanese Grand Prix. He led almost the entire race, and next thing you know, his internet lagged out, and he ended up finishing below the top 5 because of the internet issues and the fact that his AI went into the pits in the last remaining laps. As Dylan has gone into the pits now, and Drive the Guard will get by him easily and should be able to get up into 5th place. There he is. I guess right now the front runners should be able to do their second pit stop probably momentarily. Dylan's finally come out of the pits. Snipper has gotten ahead of him as well, so that puts Dylan now down to 7th place. And also, if you want to know, Big Rig was in the race as well, but he left the session, I think it was after like 10 laps. Not sure if it was because of him DCing or if he just decided to retire in general, but either way, he retired from the race a while back. As Dylan's now got Cone Dodger behind him. The only thing that could make this really interesting right now is if we have a caution, but right now it does not look like at this point we're not going to have a caution, as everyone is way too far away from each other. But eventually Dylan would have to obey the rule of letting by Cone Dodger, as he is right now a lapped car, and into the pits goes Warrior. And why on earth did the pit crew look like that? All like glitchy on my screen. And Korab also follows him into the pits. So that drops down Warrior to 4th place. Pecan does get ahead of him, but he has yet to make a pit stop. Same story with Cone Dodger. A driver with a very, very comfortable margin so far of 24 seconds separates between him and Cone. And right now we're over halfway into the race, and driver still remains your race leader. Cone is in the pits, and Pecan is in the pits as well. Driver guard just got by him, and he moves himself up into 3rd place and also gets ahead of Cone in the process. But he will have to make a pit stop very soon too. And now into the pits goes ex-driver. Warrior just got out of the pits, and he is right now at the back part of the track at the moment. Definitely got enough fuel and fresh tires, obviously, to go through the entire race, as they've done their 2 stops. Driver has now come out of his pit stall and is on pit lane. Let's see, where is Warrior? Warrior right now he's actually at the final couple of corners, but it will not be enough to get by Driver, as he is coming out of the pit lane now. And remains in 1st place by a very, very comfortable margin. The only thing that could prevent him from winning right now is just himself making a mistake. But right now, that does not look like that's going to happen. Everyone is so far spread out, but he might see a battle cup brewing up soon, as Dylan's closing in on Pecan right now. And the gap right now is almost 1.5 seconds. 23 laps down, only 13 more to go. Oh! Well, a little bit of a grass cutting there from driver. Cutting through the grass there on that chicane. Right now his gap between him and Drive the Guard is only 7.5 seconds. But between him and Warrior, 16.5 seconds. As he's already done a pit stop too, so he can go to the very end with whatever with the fuel and fresh tires he's got. I probably would assume that the tires he fitted on were alternatives. Probably safe choice for others. Is now starting to have a bit of pressure come towards him as Dylan's gotten slightly closer. Right now the gap is only nearly 2 seconds. Definitely close on him a little bit. Right now the pace is still pretty much the same at the moment. 11 more laps to go into the Indianapolis Grand Prix with driver still in the race lead. And now Drive the Guard finally goes into the pits. And that should mean that Warrior gets by him very easily. Hold on. Okay. I thought that Macon and Warrior, or Dylan were close. Of course, Dylan, the only lonesome Honda in this field. Definitely closed in a little bit more on Macon. Now the gap is 1.2 seconds. Drive the Guard should come out in 7th place. Ahead of Korab. And right now, who has the fastest lap at the moment? The fastest lap right now belongs to, unsurprisingly, Cohen Dodger. Dodger's definitely known for having fast laps around circuit tracks. Well, that gap has gone a little bit closer now. Dylan is all over the back of Pecan now. Out of turn 10 into the part of the track where it would have been is pretty much close to turn 2 of the oval track. Into the chicane now. Still a bit close, but right now, no cigar. Dylan still remains in 6th place at the moment. A little bit closer, though. I mean, that's where probably Dylan could pass Pecan. With the way the pace is going right now for him, probably you'll get him by either the next lap or the next couple laps, depending on his situation. Right now he's trying to use the slipstream. He cannot make the move. He'll have to stay back. But also what's been not so good for Dylan lately is the mistakes he has been making. He knows he's made at least a couple of them so far, and that's why right now he's in the back of the field. He damaged his front wing. He went too close to Pecan. And now he's got a front wing well, not just front wing damage, his entire front wing is completely gone. So he'll have to go into the pits. Almost a similar situation to what happened between Korab and Snipper. Same exact place, too. I think, though, that Dylan might have got a little bit too impatient there. Now have 38 laps down and 8 more to go into this Indianapolis Grand Prix. Driver who was on pole position earlier in qualifying, right now is in the position where he is right now from his qualifying position. He now starts lap 39 of 45 of the race. But yeah, give you a quick reminder too, if for IndyCar coverage, next weekend will be the Indy 250, which will be at the same time on 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the UDL channel. And then also tomorrow will be the Bahrain Grand Prix for the UDL F1 series. 3:30 will be the time for if you're in the Pacific, and 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. As driver has now got 6 more laps to go until he can finish the race and will most likely get his very first win of the UDL IndyCar series. And Warrior will still continue his streak of podiums, as this will be, well, I mean, or top 3, whatever you want to call it, but would be his second time finishing, fourth time in a row finishing in the top 3. Cone Dodger will most likely finish in 3rd. And Snipper is looking to at least finish in 4th. Pecan right now rounds off the top 5. But so far it's been a pretty solid drive from a lot. Snipper definitely made a good recovery drive. Pecan has definitely did a good job making up some positions after starting from the back. And now we're down to lap 41 of the race. Driver, driver made a mistake. Oh, he went too wide into the gravel trap. As Cone Dodger, oh, apparently also Cone Dodger just went into the pits. Oh, how did he get damaged? He had a lot of fuel. He had a lot of fuel and tires to get through the race. So he's dropped down to 6th, apparently. So Snipper now moves up into 3rd place. So far, it's becoming more of an interesting side of something. Chip Ganassi car so far splitting the top 3. And AKA Warrior so far. Now we have only 3 more laps down. Driver still remains lead, but he had a way sizable lead earlier, but kind of cut down a little bit after he went too wide. Oh, someone's gone off there. Oh, who was that? Was that Cone? Yeah, it was Cone. And he went off into the grass, apparently. All right, 2 more laps down. Two laps to go into the Indy Grand Prix. Oh, that was super close. Cone almost went into the back of his teammate. That could have been very, very costly if that would have happened. And probably would have helped Warrior get closer to Driver as well. Driver has now got at least a few more corners to go, and he will start the final lap of the Indianapolis Grand Prix. So there you go, final lap. The 45th lap commences. Driver is in the lead, Warriors in 2nd, Snipper in 3rd, and Beacon in 4th. But Beacon's got to close in a little bit on Snipper. Close in a little bit on the gap. But so far he's a little bit too far away at the moment. Oh, someone's gone off. Who just went off? Someone was just spinning. Oh, it was Cone. Cone was spinning. Oh, he's got Korab now right behind him. Now this could be the battle for 7th place. There's Warrior right behind them. How on earth did he do that? I just saw him like spin in the background. Probably clipped the apex or something. Just spun off. But anyway, let's ride along with Driver as he's got 3 more corners to go. So Driver, after getting on pole position on qualifying, is looking to get another victory for Penske. This will be the 3rd time Penske has won, and he wins the Indianapolis Grand Prix. Warrior will split the Penske cars as he finishes in 2nd place. Snipper a good recovery drive after having a calamity on lap 1 and 2, is going to finish in 3rd place from what it looks like, as long as he maintains that consistency. He's got a few more corners to go. Pecan is right behind him, but I think he's a little bit too far away to get anywhere close to Snipper. So Snipper will come home in 3rd place. Pecan in his home track will finish in 4th. Good drive from him as well after starting from the back. Drive the guard. And oh my, whoa! What on earth? Driver and Dylan just took each other out. Well, okay. I guess Dylan will finish at 6. And Drive the Guard has no rear wing at all. Not only that, he barely has any suspension left. Whoa, that car is completely damaged. I was not expecting that, but okay. Anyways, Driver is your race winner. Warrior in 2nd, Snipper in 3rd, Pecan 4th, Drive the Guard in 5th, and Dylan in 6th, Korap in 7th place. And then the guys that retired, Big Rig, Daniel, and are the guys that did retire from the race. Alright, so I think that will conclude the race. Well, the conclusion of this coverage. I'll read off one more comment one more time. Pecan says, well, I wish I would have had the chance to defend my title. I think he's referring to the comment that Dylan said, but anyways, I think that'll wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you next week for the Indy 250 for the IndyCar Series, but also tune in tomorrow for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the UDL F1 Series. My name is KD1997. Take care, and have a great rest of your day.